All right, just a couple of minutes away from the start of this basically bronze medal match between, gold medal match. What am I talking about? Gold medal match between Chinese Taipei and Hong Kong. Both of these two teams so far unbeaten in the tournament. The IIHF's Ice Hockey Under-18 World Championship right here in at the Grand West Ice Rink in Cape Town, South Africa. Welcome to all of our viewers from literally all around the world. I know we've got a strong component of viewers based right here in South Africa, but certainly as well from the comments that we receive, we know that we're also getting some inputs and some questions and some text messages and just viewership from all around the globe, which is really great to see. Big match, as I said, of course, Chinese Taipei and Hong Kong will do battle for the gold medal in a few moments' time. I tell you what, it literally has been down to goal difference to separate these two. Okay, here we go. It's game time. As I said, the gold medal match. Both of these teams have been really impressive in the two games they played so far, against Luxembourg and South Africa, winning reasonably comfortably, although Hong Kong will have breathed a massive sigh of relief after their game with South Africa, which literally went down to the wire. 6-5, the final score there on Wednesday evening, and a goal coming almost in the last 60 seconds. So very tight encounter there. Chinese Taipei, for me, on paper, just looking the side most likely to come away with the win. But as we know, this game not played on paper, it's played on the ice. And certainly lots of excitement, thrills and spills. And of course, a high level of skills that that'll be shown for the next game. Power play time already, can't believe it, we're not even a minute into it, but so be it. Number 18 for Chinese Taipei is just going to sit down for a short while. Has made no difference to them because it comes a breakaway for Chinese Taipei. They've been a very clinical side, very precise, very accurate, putting pressure on, despite the fact that at the moment, of course, they are numerically overmatched. They've got one of their players in the sin bin. It's a 5 versus 4 scenario, and Hong Kong will look to take full advantage of that. I don't think it's going to be an easy ride. Chinese Taipei will put lots of pressure on them. In comes the shot. Dealt with by the keeper, but early intent, early pressure shown there from the Hong Kong team. Comes Hong Kong deflected shot. Oh, and not too sure that the Chinese Taipei keeper knew too much about what was going on there, but still managed to keep it out, and that's what counts. Hong Kong, though, lots of speed on their side. They're going to come straight back at them. In comes the shot. And good defense there from Chinese Taipei. Wow, there's certainly a lot of action out there. Looks to me like somebody's stick has already seen the end of its life, lying in the corner on the Chinese Taipei half of the ice. Chinese Taipei with the possession. They're going to look to just weather the storm, and it has been a bit of a storm. This early few minutes has seen, I would call it, complete and utter control from Hong Kong. They've certainly called the shots. Nothing to show for it, though. They've had the player advantage. Crucial interception there from Chinese Taipei. Back on 5-on-5, and interesting pass. Goes sort of into the back and up the back of one of the Hong Kong players who have possession. Now, to build Ola again. Oh, a couple of basic mistakes, but eventually things settle down, and it's possession Hong Kong. We're looking for an opportunity now to build. Nice pass, good support. Just fizzing over the Hong Kong goals. Very physical encounter. Certainly these teams have not had to resort to too much physicality, but that is an aspect of the game. lots at stake in this game. I mean, other than the gold medal. And so you can understand that there's certainly a lot of passion, a lot of emotion that's going to get shown here today. The players are not going to stand back. They are going to make sure that everybody knows exactly who's doing what, and of course how much it means to each team. That being said, the referees are not going to allow too much silliness, and so as a result, the number 9 for Hong Kong will spend the next 2 minutes in the sin bin. And in it goes. Tell you what, they weathered that initial storm when they were a player down, did Chinese Taipei. They did well to do that. And then literally seconds into the power play, it's Chinese Taipei with a well-worked move who get themselves in front. A really well-taken shot. And the goalie had very little chance. Lots of traffic in his way as well. And so a really good opportunity that presented itself, and a good opportunity taken. It's Chinese Taipei who hit the front 1-0. We're early days into this first period. More sin bin time. Of course, we saw what happened the last time that Chinese Taipei picked up a numerical advantage. 14 seconds into that power play, and they were a goal to the good. Will they be able to score again? Will they be able to take advantage of this power play? Let's see. Chinese Taipei, just a good build-up, looking for an opportunity, setting themselves up. Bit of a miscue in that pass, but still manages to control it. Hong Kong just getting in the way, making themselves as big as possible. You can hear the clattering of the stick against the ice. Looking for the opportunity. Still time left in this power play, almost a minute to go still, so just setting it up nicely. Good. Oh, nice deflection, or I think we could have had a problem. And it's still Chinese Taipei using that one-player advantage to their benefit. Looking for the opening, controlling possession, calling the shots, talking about shots. In it comes. And well saved there. On the rebound, almost an opportunity, almost an opening for Chinese Taipei. Not to be, though. And the goalie called into action. Still 32 seconds left on this power play. Chinese Taipei dominated the early stages of it. No rush. You can see the composure, picking each other out, looking for shooting opportunities, looking for scoring opportunities, more importantly. And they will know exactly what they've got to do. In comes the shot. Oh, intercepted there. And another shot straight into the body of one of the Hong Kong players who's come away with it. That's surely the end of the power play. Back to 5-on-5. Thanks for your comments, Alvin. Good to have you along. And another great one. I tell you what, I said to you that just on balance, Chinese Taipei looked to be the slightly more dangerous side. Well, doesn't mean that the game is over, but they are 2-0 up at the moment. Chinese Taipei have shown that they're a goal-scoring team. They won 4-2, I think it was, against South Africa, and then 9-2 against Luxembourg. So no problems for them in the goal-scoring department. And I just fancied their chances today, maybe more than Hong Kong, who have also been a very creative side. And what I like about Hong Kong, of course, is that they just seem a whole lot more accurate in the way that they set up themselves and approach the game. Other than that part where they just went offside, but up to that point they were doing really well. A 2-goal deficit is nothing, let me tell you, in any kind of sport. And so Hong Kong might initially be a little bit disappointed by the fact that they've let 2 goals slip by, but still an opportunity for them to come back and to put the pressure on Chinese Taipei, and for Hong Kong to claw this one back. It's very early days. We're not even halfway through the first period here, so you can be sure there will be many shots on goal. Hong Kong with a long-range effort. That goes to the left of the upright. Chinese Taipei just weathering the storm, which is this Hong Kong counter-attack. Flattened. He will feel a little bit like he's been hit by a really small bus. But, yep, but as I like to say, I mean, this is ice hockey. It's a contact sport. We are not here for knitting remedial classes. There is the serious business of who will slip the gold medal on over their heads at the end of this game. And of course, that is a key motivator. Hong Kong sitting with a lot of support coming through on our text line. So the Hong Kong supporters who will tell me the old cliche that this match is far from over. I can only say you're absolutely right. There's lots of time, lots to play for, and no shortage of motivation. Wow, one of the Hong Kong players has been flattened in what looks like a reasonably legal charge. I'm just trying to have a quick look again. I don't think anybody's suggesting that it was high or a charge to the head. I think it was just maybe the wind got knocked out of him, which would have been fairly reasonable expectation. He did take a really big knock to the chest and stomach, and he went down. But looks like he's gathered himself now. Here comes the face-off. Chinese Taipei looking very composed, come away with it. Of course, they'll be looking for the fact, they'll be looking rather to add to their 2 goals. They'll be well aware that Hong Kong have shown a goal-scoring ability throughout this tournament. 10 goals so far for this Hong Kong team. That's just 3 shy of the 13 scored by Chinese Taipei. So you can see that Hong Kong themselves, no slouch when it comes to scoring goals. Talking about Hong Kong, comes in the shot. What a save! What a save from the Chinese Taipei keeper. Hong Kong now with the build-up. Oh, intercepted there by Chinese Taipei. Working his way through the traffic, manages to stay on his feet, and then just unfortunately loses possession. A little bit of backwards and forwards now between the 2 teams. There's a little bit of niggle getting into this game. As I said, of course, these 2 teams will be well aware of the fact that there's the small matter of the gold medal at stake. They'll have maybe even come up against each other in previous tournaments, previous events. So there'll be a little bit of I know you, you know me, and the last time we saw each other, you skated all over me. And so there may be a bit of payback that's also coming back as well as a result of this. But not seen this much physicality from both these teams throughout the tournament thus far. And of course, they come up against each other, and then all of a sudden it's a little bit more physical than normal. But as I said, you know, there's lots of motivation. Everybody wants a gold medal over a silver. And there we go. Take out the player, and the referee had maybe gone to sleep on that one. He didn't see the puck coming through. Caught up in his skates. Oh, and the shot's in. And it was almost like a momentary lapse in concentration from Hong Kong. The build-up was quick and efficient from Chinese Taipei. They wasted little or no time. Quickly on the attack, quickly into position. It was almost as if he was setting himself up for the pass. And in fact, there was no pass. It was the shot to the left hand of the keeper. And it's the 3rd goal for Chinese Taipei. One-way traffic thus far. Hong Kong will have to dig deep to turn this one around. Chinese Taipei will be happy with this, of course. 3-0, if you'd offered them that into the first period, they would have firstly thought that you'd had a late night out, but they would have taken it with both hands. just a little bit more coordinated and a bit more precise in their passing have been Chinese Taipei, managing to find each other, managing to string together long periods of possession. Of course, possession means that the other team don't have the puck, and with that cannot do anything. So Chinese Taipei have managed to starve Hong Kong of it, and in the process also get themselves into scoring opportunities and then quickly take advantage of those scoring opportunities. These are all basic elements, but sometimes it doesn't go according to plan. Sometimes you set that out as an objective for yourself as a team, and it doesn't always work out that way. But certainly for Chinese Taipei, so far so good. The shot comes in and not even going to cause the keeper to wrinkle his brow. Chinese Taipei will come away from this first period, which is down to the last 4.5 minutes. Will come away from this happy with their performance. They're going to need to make sure that they keep up the intensity, keep up the concentration going into the second period, because 3 goals scored for you can quickly become 3 goals scored against you. Good opportunity here, and in comes the shot, saved, and again it's a goal. That one on the rebound from Chinese Taipei. It was just one opportunity after the other that presented themselves, and Chinese Taipei are literally clocking every opportunity that works for them. There initially the shot saved by the keeper, rebound, and rolled free, and it was a follow-up shot, and the 4th goal goes in. Hong Kong will wonder what on earth has happened. 4-0 down inside the first 15 minutes of this first period, and this is certainly not what they discussed in the change rooms. It's going to be interesting to see the response from Hong Kong, to see what the body language looks like. Chinese Taipei just finding themselves in all sorts of positions. Here comes, here comes Hong Kong on the attack, but just taken away at a crucial moment by Chinese Taipei, who have done well to get themselves into good attacking positions, and then when the opportunity presented themselves, were able to not only get the shot in, but to get the score in as well. So they'll be very happy with this as well. I think it's fair to say that 4-0 or 4 goals in the first period is the most we've seen thus far in this tournament. Of course, it got underway on Tuesday of this week. Today, the final day of the IIHF's Ice Hockey Under-18 World Championship out here at the beautiful Grand West Ice Rink in Cape Town, South Africa. It's been a really entertaining, high-quality tournament, and nicely supported. And nice to see a lot of the international spectators who have obviously traveled with their respective teams. Nice to see that they've made their way through to this tournament and through to the city as well. Whoa, flattened. Still the pressure, possession. Oh, coming, what's this about? Shot to come in. Oh. Hong Kong looking for a way through. It really has been a little bit of a shell shock to the Hong Kong team. The fact that they've had 4 goals scored against them in this first period already. They're going to want to just steady themselves. Oh, good skill as Hong Kong look to build some momentum, look to get themselves into some kind of attacking position and look to rain some shots in on the Chinese Taipei goal. Not on that occasion, but certainly the possession stays with Hong Kong as we head towards the bottom end of this first period. Still about 45 seconds left to play. Chinese Taipei will be happy to see out these 45 seconds. Hong Kong, for their part, will be pushing as hard as they can. Hold on a second. Here comes Chinese Taipei. Well aware of the technicality of that position, not touching the puck. This looks like it's going to end. It looks like it's going to end 4-0 in favor of Chinese Taipei. And I'll tell you what, a polished performance. They will go back and go, well, we tick just about every box on our plans, and we'll be very, very happy with that. So 4-0, the first period comes to an end. Very keen, got to tell you, to see the stats related to the shots taken. But you can see the body language of the Hong Kong team. I think they're a little bit numb, certainly disappointed, but you can be sure once their coach has had a word with them and put them back on track, they're going to be highly motivated again. Nobody will want that kind of a scoreline against them. There's plenty of time, as I keep saying, for them to come back and to put pressure on Chinese Taipei. 1 goal against Chinese Taipei early on in that second period, and it may very well sort of cause a little bit of self-doubt, and 1 goal could become 2, could become 3, and that's when it gets really, really exciting. So there we go. It's the end of the first period in the gold medal match, the IIHF's Ice Hockey Under-18 World Championship match between Chinese Taipei and Hong Kong. 9 shots on goal, 4 scored from Chinese Taipei, a massive percentage in terms of conversion, and then of course just 3 coming from Hong Kong, which makes perfect sense. They were just never allowed to. They were just pressured, and they were always on the back foot, and they were always defending. They were never really in an attacking position. That's going to need to change if they're going to be a factor in this game, and if they're going to be a factor in the second period. We'll see you then. Welcome back. You join us as the Chinese Taipei team get back onto the ice. I'll tell you what, this team was queuing up to get back onto the ice almost 2 or 3 minutes earlier than they needed to. They are so hyped, and I mean, you would be too if you were 4-0 in the lead. Only now the team from Hong Kong making their way out of the change rooms, up the steps and onto the ice, and not exactly with a smile on the face, but lots of opportunities and lots of support rather for them. Their supporters waving the flags, cheering them on, getting them to just try to lift their spirits a bit, because that first period they must have stood and watched as if they were having an out-of-body experience. 4-0. 9 shots on goal from Chinese Taipei. They converted 4 of them into goals, and that's a fairly decent conversion rate. For Hong Kong, only 3 shots the whole entire period. They have looked out of sorts, have this Hong Kong team. They will look to rock you as well. They're going to need to put that first period behind, pretend that it's all square, and look for scoring opportunities. As I was saying at the break, 1 goal, so there's a little bit of doubt in that Chinese Taipei defense. 1 might become 2, might become 3. Second period about to get underway. This, of course, the gold medal match. Chinese Taipei again with a shot that comes in and dealt with by the keeper. Massive deflection off his right-hand glove into the boards, and away come Hong Kong with it. In comes the shot. What a shot as well. Good start, good intent. There's a little bit more urgency. I thought that as well. Hong Kong got involved in a little bit more rough stuff than was maybe necessary. And it just hasn't been their game plan this entire tournament. Here comes the shot from Chinese Taipei. That one sneaks off to the left-hand side of the Hong Kong goal. Flick up the center. And possession falls to Hong Kong. Now, building from there. And the offside call coming from the official. But 1 minute and some change into the second period, already a much better looking Hong Kong team. Still not too sure that I'm seeing exactly the same team that I saw for the first few days in their first 2 games. Hong Kong, of course, winning 4-1 against Luxembourg and then 6-5 against South Africa. What a thriller that was. If somebody was looking for a game to just add to maybe a whole host of games as an advert for the sport of ice hockey, they could have used that one. 6-5, what a thriller. Goal after goal after goal. I mean, it's 11 goals in a game, and it was so exciting. The fans loved it, and you know, you got the sense that even the South African fans who would have been disappointed that their team lost were just so thrilled with that performance. Now, of course, it's the 2 international sides, Chinese Taipei and Hong Kong, who do battle. And after massive onslaught from the Chinese Taipei team in that first period where they ran out 4-0 to the good, it really is a case now of rebuild, damage control, stolen away from Chinese. So in comes the shot, saved there by the keeper, nobody to deal with that rebound. Oh, nice little bit of breakaway. I almost thought he was going to offload it, and maybe that's exactly what the Hong Kong players thought as well. A bit of a dummy that was sold and bought by Hong Kong. And now it's a Hong Kong. Good position. The big problem, of course, in that first period is that they didn't spend enough time in this part of the ice. Shot just raining over and bobbling over the Chinese Taipei goal. The intent is there. Here comes the, here comes the shot. And just stolen away, almost like pickpocket by the Chinese Taipei team. Shot comes in, dealt with by the keeper. A nice reverse no-look pass there from Hong Kong. Gets it back. Chinese Taipei get control of the puck. They're in their half of the ice. And here come Hong Kong. Surely will go inside, takes a shot, and just not able to connect it. Pass to nobody. Chinese Taipei up the boards. Great little pass. Nice reverse, and in comes the shot. Acute angle. And the keeper has it. Hong Kong just putting together a whole lot more moves, getting themselves into more offensive positions, attacking positions, looking for the shot. Smashed into the boards. That one's going to leave a dent, either on the player. Oh, it looked like he threw it away. And another solid body check into the boards. Chinese Taipei's 22 is going to spend 2 minutes in the sin bin. It has become a very physical match. It has. It's a lot more physicality than I've seen over the last few days from both of these teams. And maybe they always had it within them. Maybe it's something that they've needed to pick up against the two more physical teams that they played against, South Africa and Luxembourg, who add a whole lot more physicality to their game. Maybe it's something they're trying out, or maybe there is just a little bit of needle between basically these teams who are virtually neighbors, and there'll be a little bit of added spice as a result of that. And then don't forget the added incentive of wanting to walk away with a gold medal. The referee got involved, and I think he almost pushed the one player off his feet as well. I'm telling you, this is a little less about the ice hockey and more about how much damage you can do to the next player. Refs are going to have to keep their eyes open, because this one is quickly spiraling out of control. Still, of course, an advantage to Hong Kong. They've got that one-player edge. It's a power play, but nobody's told Chinese Taipei that because they are playing as if they are equally matched and not 5 versus 4. Now, Hong Kong will look to find some way out in the few seconds that remain of this power play. They're going to want to put a goal in the back of the net. Shot comes in, fizzes across the front of the Chinese Taipei goal. About as effective as a balloon in a hailstorm. Not going to do much at all. And they are back to 5-on-5. Oh, again, the shot fizzes across the goal. Chinese Taipei, as they've done earlier in that first period, have weathered the storm, and in comes the shot. Oh, and just not able to get it in. A really good effort there from Chinese Taipei. I really thought they'd found themselves goal number 5. But somehow, almost not too sure that it was the keeper who kept it out. May have been the player's enthusiasm, and he waited a bit too long and not able to get the score in. So, as I was saying, Chinese Taipei weathered that storm of being a player down, that power play, of course, and are now back on the attack. Normal service resumes as they make their way up the ice, though Chinese Taipei come away with it carefully, or careful rather, not to get that that offside call waved off by the official, who now says icing, and why don't you join us back on the ice? Chinese Taipei looking for a way through. Now, Hong Kong on the breakout. They're going to be looking to get themselves into scoring positions. They've not done that nearly enough in this match. A little bit of improvement in this second period. But you are never going to win from the halfway line, and you are certainly not going to win if you don't take shots on goal. Shot comes in. No real threat there. Deflected. Oh, and it's... Oh, I really thought it was in. I really thought that he'd managed to score from a very acute angle. All of the questions being asked by Chinese Taipei at the moment. Hong Kong at the moment seem to have a bit of an answer for these questions. They didn't in that first period. 4 goals rained in with just a look of disbelief on the Hong Kong players' faces. A little bit more pressure, a little bit more of a coordinated attack coming here from Hong Kong. They're going to be looking to get a shot in. And I'm telling you, there we go again. The referee's having to step in between the players. No shortage of needle. The referee says to the number 9 from Hong Kong, step back. A couple of extra bodies on the ice that are allowed. So there we go. Those 2 extra bodies off the ice they go for Chinese Taipei. Here comes the face-off. Now, composure needs to be shown by Hong Kong. They don't need to be rattled. They certainly have not been rattled up to now. They're allowing the Chinese Taipei team to get under their skin and to just unsettle them a wee bit, when in fact all they should concentrate on doing is getting the puck to themselves, to their players, and to getting the chance to shoot on goal. Saying that, here comes Chinese Taipei, shot on goal. In disgust, the Chinese Taipei player, I thought it was his stick that got flung to the ice, but not to be. Here comes Hong Kong now. Flattened by two Chinese Taipei players. Tell you what, good defense. Very difficult to shoot when you're lying on your back. And Chinese Taipei making it very, very difficult for Hong Kong. Now, great interpassing skills. I'm telling you, it's just looking a little bit better. There's more composure. And if only they'd shown that in that first period, who knows what the score would have been. Might still very much have been the 4-0 surprise lead out that we've got from Chinese Taipei. But Hong Kong are a better team than they showed in that first period. Shot coming in, just can't get hold of it. It dribbles out to against the boards, and Hong Kong come away with it. Inside, outside, looking for an opportunity, and shot comes in. It's a muffin shot if ever there was one. It almost bounced its way into the net, but dealt with there. And another physical body check. I don't think I've seen this kind of sort of resorting to that part of the game from this Hong Kong team at all. Look, there's plenty of time. We've only seen 12 minutes in this second period. Not a goal scored just yet. Certainly a couple of opportunities on both sides. And Hong Kong will feel as if they've maybe got a measure of the pace of this game. And now we'll look to find something that suggests they know how to put numbers on the scoreboard. Smash! Looking for a chance to get in. Tell you what, that set of goalposts has taken quite a bit of abuse these last few days. I'm not too sure what it is about the goals on that side of the ice that needs to get smacked about as it has been. And there we go again, making sure that he wins back the possession for Hong Kong. Throws it up the boards. Chinese Taipei come away with it. Offside call there from the ref. Tell you what, it has been a little bit of a blur. The first 13 minutes, that's right, have flown by of this second period. 7 minutes and some change remains. And I'm not got into this position. Tell you what, being a referee is not the safest job in the world either. That one got passed straight into the chest, but fortunately, he's fine. Here we go. On the speed, breakout there from Hong Kong. Looking, oh, that one looks a little bit like he was taken out, to be fair. Let's see what the referees say. They're going to have a little bit of a conversation with this young man. And so the Chinese Taipei 13 was going to spend some time in the sin bin. But then a double binning for Hong Kong. Chang, the number 5, and the number 23, Shum. For for Hong Kong. A little bit of clarification being asked for, just to make sure we've got all the right culprits in the right place. Okay. 4 plays 3. I love the fact. Love the fact, of course, that every time they come into the sin bin, it's a shaking of the head, and can't be us. Instructions being given, and now a bit more conversation with the officials. And as I was saying to you, that set of goals on the far side of the ice has taken quite a bit of abuse and a bit of a battering these last couple of days. Seems that it might have become a little bit dislodged, so maintenance being asked for by the officials. Now, of course, they're talking to the Chinese Taipei coach, and it's a bit of running repairs. I'm just watching the maintenance guys get onto the ice and just make sure that that set of goals will fit nice and neatly and snugly into its container there.
The penalties currently standing for the Chinese Taipei, player number 13. And that's the assistant captain, Wei Kai Wang, 2 minutes for tripping. And for Hong Kong, player number 23, Michael Lee Heng Shung, 2 minutes tripping. And player number 5, Hu Guan Moses Chang, 2 minutes for unsportsmanlike conduct.
So Chinese Taipei's 13, he's been binned for tripping, as has Hong Kong's 23, and Hong Kong's 5 is going to spend 2 minutes in the sin bin for unsportsmanlike conduct. There's almost as many people off the ice as there is on the ice at the moment. It's a 3 versus 4 scenario.
Teams are now 4 on 3.
With Chinese Taipei, not that they need an advantage, with the slight numerical advantage, they're going to look for some way just to set themselves up for a shot or a goal. Here it comes, in fact. Still with Chinese Taipei. No rush. That has been key, and in fact that is the big difference, if you like, between themselves and Hong Kong. Just setting themselves up, lots more patience. Hong Kong have been rushed, forcing the issue. Still plenty of time in this. I'm going to call it a power play. Well, I don't know what it is when it's 4 against 3, but let's call it that. Shot comes in and saved. And I'll tell you what, that referee couldn't get there quick enough to make sure that there was no additional activities that were brought into play by the Chinese Taipei players. Still, it's Chinese Taipei very much controlling the game at the moment. 5 minutes left in the period. 4-0 Chinese Taipei lead. No goals scored thus far in the second period. It has been a slightly better performance from Hong Kong, and maybe that's been the reason for the fact that Chinese Taipei were not allowed their own way. Here comes the shot, and deflected by the Hong Kong keeper. Just absolutely controlling the entire game, the flow, the pace, and the shot comes in. It looks like it's going to be back to a 5-on-5 scenario. The players queuing up to get back out there. And it's in! It's in literally seconds after the players had rejoined from the various sin bins. It's Chinese Taipei. Patience, composure, we spoke about it earlier. And of course that comes to the fore as they put goal number 5 into the back of that Hong Kong net. And I'm tempted to say at this very early stage, I can't see a way back for Hong Kong. May very well still come, that fight back might still come, but at the moment it is one-way traffic. It is all Chinese Taipei. They are looking good for that gold medal. Oh, referee doesn't like that because in fact he was taken out really nicely from behind, and so Chinese Taipei's number 2. Chinese Taipei's number 2 will spend 2 minutes in the sin bin. Hong Kong looking for something just to go their way. Good patience here from Hong Kong, trying to build it up. Gets shot down to the Hong Kong end of the ice. No problem. It's a numerical advantage to Hong Kong at the moment. They've got plenty of time to make this power play work for them. Oh. Careful, considered build-up, precise shooting. Great opportunity there. Just not able to get enough stick on it and deflected into the Chinese Taipei goal. But a really good performance there from Hong Kong, able to string a few passes together, get themselves into a good attacking position, and then fire the shot in. Here it comes again. Good position for Hong Kong. What to do? Looking for that shot, but first the pass comes in. The shot optimistic at the best. Now, still chances, but in fact, Chinese Taipei come away with it. They're almost not interested in scoring. It's more a case of get the puck away from the goal. And I said get the puck away from the goal. And put themselves as far up the ice as possible. And again, Chinese Taipei have shown the composure that they've shown in attack. They've shown in defense as well. It's 5-on-5. Shot to come in from the 22 from Hong Kong. Yam, who gets it away, or gets it deflected away rather, by the Chinese Taipei keeper. Now, here we go. Hong Kong up the center of the ice. Will he offload it? Will he take a shot? He's going to find one of his players. A bit of a deflected back pass. forcing the shot through there. And still, it's all Chinese Taipei. Shot comes in, deflected, but saved by the keeper. Up the middle of the ice, it's backwards and forwards, highly paced stuff. This must be killing these guys. No chance to catch your breath. Here comes Chinese Taipei. Shot to come in. In it comes now. Great deflection there from the keeper. Almost didn't know where it was going to end up, but he did know that he'd saved the shot. Great pass, good vision. Shooting. Oh, good skills there from both shooter and keeper, keeping that one out. Chinese Taipei really, all of a sudden, these last few minutes, turning up the heat, turning up the pace. Hard to imagine that we've only seen one goal in this entire period, but that is the case. It's only been one goal. It's a frenetic tussle there in front of the Hong Kong goalmouth. Chinese Taipei defused that shot, or that attack rather, from Hong Kong. I think Hong Kong running out of time in this period. And there we go. On the upside, a much improved performance for Hong Kong. They did still leak one goal scored by Chinese Taipei. The score after two periods is Chinese Taipei 5, it's Hong Kong 0. And it really has been a match thus far controlled entirely, and I say entirely, by the Chinese Taipei team. Very much in control, knowing exactly what they're doing, not flustered on attack or on defense, and there have been questions asked of them in defense. Let's have a quick look there. 9 shots on goal from Chinese Taipei in this second half. Only 3 additional from Hong Kong, so 6 thus far in the entire game. That is just never nearly enough. And the score at the end of the second period is Chinese Taipei 5, Hong Kong 0. Lots of work to do for Hong Kong, and we'll see you for the third period. Well, welcome back to the third period of this gold medal match between Chinese Taipei and Hong Kong. One-way traffic is what we've seen thus far. Chinese Taipei have taken control of this match and have not let go. They are just very much in the driving seat. Hong Kong have not looked anything like the team that we've gotten used to over the first 2 days, their first 2 games. Hong Kong have resorted more to a physical side of play that maybe doesn't even suit their game, but certainly has not been a familiar part of their game. What are they going to deliver for this third period? Let's have a look.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, a very big welcome back in the matchup between Hong Kong and the Chinese Taipei. Currently, the score stands of Hong Kong on 0 and the Chinese Taipei on 5.
Shot comes in. One of those shots that could have ricocheted anywhere, and in this particular case, ricocheted to the safety of the area behind the Hong Kong net. Still though, Chinese Taipei putting pressure on Hong Kong, finding themselves in good positions and just making a general nuisance of themselves. Very difficult for Chinese Taipei, for Hong Kong to score deep inside their half. So they're on the attack. It's good intent there from Hong Kong, showing that they're not going to go down without a fight. A little bit messy, but let's see how we ride out this third period. Chinese Taipei need to do little or nothing in terms of scoring. I don't believe we're going to see a 6-goal turnaround in this period, but as I like to say, and as I've been reminded, stranger things have happened in sport. I don't think it's going to have happened against this Chinese Taipei team. They really do have the bull by the horns, as it were, and are looking full value for their 5-0 lead. Hong Kong, by the same token, have not really looked like they're going to pose any danger to either the Chinese Taipei goalkeeper or to that scoreboard. It has been a lackluster performance from Hong Kong. In many respects, they will have felt that they've let themselves down. I'm not too sure if they've decided deliberately to drift away from their normal game plan, or if they've just adopted a new game plan, or if things just haven't gone their way. Sometimes in sport, as you know, sometimes it's a bad day for you. Here comes Hong Kong, shot comes in. Great bit of coordinated attack there, and as I was talking, it was almost as if they were listening, and Hong Kong put together an attack of real good clinical accuracy, just not able to put one on the scoreboard. But I tell you what, Chinese Taipei will be buzzing just a little bit because they let that one almost sneak through. Hong Kong come away with it. Shot goes across the Chinese Taipei goal. Chinese Taipei now on the attack, looking for an opportunity to add to their 5 goals. Ride out the storm first. Hong Kong. Oh, stolen away against the keeper, and in it goes. And that is an excellent example of what I was talking about. You've got one player, one Chinese Taipei player up against, I don't know, 3, maybe even 4 Hong Kong players. He's able to steal the ball away, the puck away. Able to steal it away and get one-on-one with the keeper and score. And that's what they've been doing. They've been putting pressure on. Hong Kong now, inside, outside, shot to come. Oh, wipes out himself, wipes out the net. That would have hurt. Chinese Taipei's number 2 is making his way to the sin bin. There we go, power play now. We've seen Chinese Taipei weather these one player deficits, no problem. They've been a player short on a number of occasions during the first and second period. In comes the shot, great shot there from Hong Kong. They'll be rightly disappointed they didn't get that one in the back of the net. That was pinpoint accuracy, but also really brave goalkeeping from the Chinese Taipei keeper. As I was saying, though, Chinese Taipei have not gotten themselves into a knot over the fact that they've been one player down. They've been able to take control of the situation and of the puck when it came down their end of the ice, as it is doing right now. Hong Kong looking for a way through. Long range shot, surely in it comes. Good deflection over the back of the net for Chinese Taipei. Still though, all Hong Kong, it's about 50 seconds left. Another good shot skids over the front of the Chinese Taipei goal, muscled off the puck, but it's still Hong Kong. Oh, gets away with it. Shot to come in, can't hold on to it, and throws it away up the ice. And the last few minutes, that Chinese Taipei keeper has certainly had quite a bit of work. Here come Hong Kong now on the breakout. Back pass shot comes in, well dealt with by the keeper, and gloves it. That's 5-on-5. Still, though, all Hong Kong shot comes in, but good bit of stick interference there. And no real chance that score was going to count. In it comes. Hong Kong certainly have got an understanding of the fact that they are 6-0 down, and wanting to just add a little bit of pride to that scoreboard, and maybe a little bit of pride to their performance. But at the moment, it's Chinese Taipei. The shot comes in straight at the keeper, able to keep it out and deflect it dangerously, but Hong Kong still on with a chance. Chinese Taipei with the possession. And the back of... Oh! High fives all round. It's the 7th goal from Chinese Taipei. I was just talking about the fact that Hong Kong will be looking for a way to pull one back. Well, in fact, it's Chinese Taipei who stretched the lead that little bit more. And I think I said it deep into that second period when it was 4, maybe 5-0 up to Chinese Taipei. But really, there's no way that Hong Kong will claw their way back into this one. However, it's important to see what their response will be to this situation. Wow, really frenetic in front of the Hong Kong goalmouth. Hong Kong trying to get down into deep into the Chinese Taipei territory, give themselves a chance to get a shot and goal and hopefully even a score. Just being made so difficult for them by Chinese Taipei. In comes the shot, deflected off the skates of one of the Chinese Taipei players. Another shot there. You can see the guys from Hong Kong almost desperate to score, almost desperate to shoot. On target, not really important. They just want to get a shot in on goal. It's the old adage of you don't shoot, you don't score. And certainly that was an issue for them in that first period. Only got 3 shots on goal. They were much improved in the second period, but still, amazingly, only 3 shots on goal. Going to look to turn that around, but here comes Chinese Taipei. Shot comes in. What a save. Plucks it one out of the air as if he was skipping through the field and pulled an apple off a tree, did the Hong Kong goalkeeper. Score stays at 7-0. Dominant performance. 12 minutes left in this period and in this match. Chinese Taipei can start preparing their acceptance speech, because this one is definitely going their way. Here comes Hong Kong on the breakout. And looking for an opportunity. Not necessarily the best pass. Chinese Taipei coming up the ice. Inside, outside. No look reverse. Shot comes in. Good. Well-worked move. Very polished team, this Chinese Taipei team. They are turning on the style now. And they certainly are not going to go, well, we've got 7, we can go to sleep for the next 20 minutes. Or in this case, 11. They're certainly going to be looking for more opportunities to score. They've shown that they are a scoring team. 9 in that game against Luxembourg. 7 already in this game against Hong Kong. And looking for more. Bit of downtime for the Hong Kong 23. Shum is going to sit the couple of minutes. Chinese Taipei power play. Shot comes in, deflected off one of the Hong Kong players. It's still Chinese Taipei though. They've got possession. Oh, shot comes in. Goes amazingly very close to the goal, but not into the back of the net. Chinese Taipei looking for opportunities. Shot comes in. Amazingly stays out as well. Goes past the left-hand upright. And with 1:21 left on the power play and a Hong Kong player in the bin, along comes Chinese Taipei's 4 for 2 minutes, and for at least for the next minute and 21 seconds it's going to be 4 on 4, unless somebody else gets sent from the ice, which wouldn't have been the first time it happened in this particular match.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's a penalty for the Chinese Taipei by player number 4. That's Yu 2 minutes for roughing. The
Hong Kong with the breakaway. They're coming out. Shot comes in. Great save. Deflected, keeper couldn't control it, but there was nobody following up to score for Hong Kong. Oh, Hong Kong just looking to put together a passage of play where they control it, where they are able to maybe even just take a breath and slow it down, get it back on their terms, control the pace of the game themselves. But they aren't being allowed to do that. I mean, that is the reality of it. Chinese Taipei are putting so much pressure on them all the time. And that is what makes the difference. That's what forces you to make quick decisions, and sometimes those aren't necessarily the best decisions. There you go, a mistake there from Hong Kong. Allows Chinese Taipei to come away with the puck. Here they go now, looking for another score inside and offloaded. Ref's not necessarily happy with that lot. Looks like a little bit of tripping called there potentially. And as Hong Kong get their fifth man back, they lose their skipper for the next 2 minutes for tripping, I think. Just waiting for some clarity coming through now from the officials.
Ladies and gentlemen, the captain of the team, Yi 2 minutes for tripping. Teams are now in equal strength, 4-on-4.
Chinese Taipei looking. Good offload. Chinese Taipei now back to their full complement. Shot comes in. Still pressure being piled on there by the Chinese Taipei team. They are not going to let this one go. They are going to be at their throats for the next 8 minutes and 6 seconds if it's the last thing they do. Controlling it. Shot to come in. Oh, just not able to control it. And again, great effort. Amazingly managed to get a decent shot in. Shot over the top of the Hong Kong goals. Just so much pressure, relentless, all the time. One attack after the next, and then quickly regrouping for another one. And shot comes in, telegraph move. He was not going to miss from right in front. And it's 8-0 in favor of Chinese Taipei. And just looking across into the stands, into the grandstand, at the Hong Kong supporters, the flags very much still out, but are now draped over the chairs in front of them. And the fans are just sitting, talking amongst themselves. This game, they know, I think, is very much over. Chinese Taipei, though, still looking, still applying pressure. They... Hong Kong with a shot, and in it goes! And there's life in those flags yet. the Hong Kong fans jump to life. They see a goal being scored. They see the scoreboard jump into life for their team. And they will take a lot of encouragement from that. They have really been handed a serious ice hockey lesson, almost, if you like. It just hasn't been the same performance, the same level from Hong Kong today, and they will want to try to just show exactly what it is that impressed us over those first few games. Those first two periods for today would have left even the most hardened Hong Kong fan confused in terms of what on earth happened to their team. But that goal now will certainly add a smile to the Hong Kong team. They're going to be looking for more. In it comes.
Also, there was a goalie change for the Chinese
Certainly.
Taipei. Going out, play number 25, assisted by play number 20.
Good opportunity there for Hong Kong to get another one. That, of course, taking advantage of the fact that Chinese Taipei have introduced a new goalkeeper, a different goalkeeper, just for the last 6.5 minutes of this game. And the new goalkeeper has immediately been called upon and into action. There we go. Face-off going the way of Chinese Taipei, as it has for most of this match. Inside, outside. We go, 6 minutes on the button left in this period and in this match. Long range, I was going to say shot, but surely that wouldn't even be it. Wouldn't have hit a second or third set of goals if he had tried. But Hong Kong trying to resurrect their match here. Chinese Taipei looking to put the nail in the coffin. In comes the shot. Well done there by Hong Kong. Good scramble and good clear by the Hong Kong defense. Chinese Taipei starting to just get a little bit back into the run of things. But here we go. It's Hong Kong with possession. Great pass, not able to control it. Flicked away there by Chinese Taipei, who still have it. Shot to come in. Fortunately, not as on target as it has been in the past. Hong Kong now up the ice. It's been a relentless blue wave of attack from Chinese Taipei. 8-1 the score in favor of Chinese Taipei with 4.25 minutes left to play in this gold medal match. Some brilliant goals, good pressure from Chinese Taipei. They've asked so many questions of the Hong Kong team, of the Hong Kong defense. And for the most part, Hong Kong have been found wanting. They've revived and recovered in the second and third period. And in fact, that goal coming in that third period, massive body check. They're just a little bit, I don't know where I am, is the kind of reaction from Chinese Taipei. But Hong Kong's 23 gets to the sin bin. I got to tell you, I thought for a second somebody might be going for an early shower. And almost got away with it, but he didn't. So it's a double bench for Hong Kong. 2 players will
Ladies and gentlemen, it's a penalty for Hong Kong by play number 22. That's the captain of the team, Li Yan. 2 minutes plus 10 minutes for checking to the head. The 2-minute penalty will be served by play number 15. That's Li for 2 minutes.
So we just had a clarification of the decisions from the referees, as we thought there was a check to the head, and so somebody's going to sit out a 10-minute penalty, as it were, and somebody is doing a 2-minute penalty, number 15 for Hong Kong. Does look a little bit like a bit of a wrestling match at the moment. A wrestling match that neither team will win. 2 minutes 56 on the clock. 8-1 the score in favor of Chinese Taipei. And this game, I felt it in the second period. I feel it more so now in the third. This game has got the unfortunate prospect of becoming a little bit scrappy and physical, where there's nothing at stake anymore. There's no need to score any more goals. And a Hong Kong team who are frustrated, who are a little bit annoyed, who feel as if nothing has gone for them, will do well to just calm themselves down and concentrate on the game at hand. There's only 2 minutes 26 on the clock now. Chinese Taipei have got this one sewn up. There's no need for any kind of nastiness. In comes the shot, and again, just not able to control it for a follow-up shot there. Hong Kong now without their skipper, who sits well, I tell you what, there's enough body checks and head checks in that lot for most of them to go and have an early shower. Certainly not covering themselves in any kind of glory. High fives when they get sent to the sin bin. And the Hong Kong team, as I said to you, I just said they'll do well just to settle themselves down. In fact, they riled themselves up a little bit more. And now have 2 players in the sin bin, along with their captain, who is serving out a 10-minute bad sportsmanship sin binning as well. So they've been thrown out of the game. They'll be able to find nice fresh towels and a nice warm shower. Chinese Taipei have done well to exercise restraint. They've certainly had to face up against a lot of physicality, unnecessary physicality from this Hong Kong team. That is not their style of play and not their game, and yet they continue to smile as they get sent to the sin bin. I'm not too sure how many people left in this team who can actually take to the ice. So 2 players got sent to an early shower. As a result, 2 players get sent to the bin for the remainder of this match. And for the Hong Kong team, they may very well want to just take stock of their approach to the spirit of the game. Oh. There we go, just snuffed out that little attack there by Chinese Taipei. Looking for a way through. They've got so much space here. Have Chinese Taipei. There's 3 Hong Kong players. There's 5 Chinese Taipei players. There's 1 minute 14 seconds on the clock. And there's 1 result. It's 8-1 at the moment. Any advances on 8? Can we say 9? Yes, we can. We can say 9. Because, in fact, there we go. 9th goal scored. It will mean nothing to the 2 gentlemen sitting in the sin bin, because that is where they will stay. So disappointing that a gold medal match should end this way. Just a lack of composure. Should end this way, where the teams are virtually the one team cut in half through just ill discipline and almost immaturity. Here comes the shot across the face of goal. Tell you what, the Hong Kong bench looking slightly depleted at the moment. There's just a few bodies on it that can be called into action on the ice, because some of the team is already in the showers and others are sitting in the sin bin. Fortunately for the spectators, there's only 20 seconds left that remain. The score is 9-1 in favor of Chinese Taipei. You see the captain for Chinese Taipei saying just to his teammates, just saying, keep calm, don't respond, don't get involved in any kind of silliness with the Hong Kong players. It's really not worth it. It does you no credit. Here come Chinese Taipei. Shot comes in, saved, and again the shot from Chinese Taipei. Another one. And there we go. It's one massive Chinese Taipei party happening on the ice at the moment. It means a lot to these guys. They've obviously worked hard for it. They've played hard for it. And they certainly have conducted themselves so well. And still the lip comes from the Hong Kong players to the officials now. They've completely lost it. And the officials will certainly not be forgetting what was said and who said it. So you have got a feeling that even though this game is over, there will still be a little bit of action that will be taken afterwards.
At the end of the matchup, the final score stands Hong Kong on 1 goal and the Chinese Taipei winning with 9 goals. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, the MVP awards will be handed out by the assistant to the NOC General Secretary, Tracy Surf, and the Vice President of the South African Ice Hockey Federation, Jason Surf. The MVP for Hong Kong goes to play number 25, Jungyun Boyce Wong.
Hong Kong's 25 gets the MVP award.
The MVP for the Chinese Taipei goes to play number 18, the captain of the team, Ho Yuan.
Skipper for Chinese Taipei picks up the award for MVP. He certainly did well in terms of keeping his team focused, keeping his team aware of the fact that they were playing in a match and not in a wrestling competition. And he kept them grounded throughout the game. It would have been difficult for them at points during the game, but certainly well done to Chinese Taipei. 9-1 winners as they walk away with the gold medal.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, and now for a special award handed out to the player as selected by the team and coaches as the best player for each team of the tournament. This special award will be handed out by the tournament chairman, Mr. Frank Gonzalez. And the special award for Hong Kong goes to play number 9, Once again, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls of GrB, thank you for joining us here this afternoon.
Well, there we go. Confirmation of the result. It's Chinese Taipei who come with a 9-1 win over Hong Kong in the gold medal final match. Of course, the bronze medal match a little bit later at 6 o'clock p.m. Local time, as the host nation South Africa take on Luxembourg. Certainly looking forward to an exciting encounter then, and we look forward to having your company, and we will see you then. Thank you and goodbye.